Today our topic is joint costing. Okay, this is a topic in cost management area of your syllabus in CMA part 1. So I have selected 3 MCQs from your IMA study support package. Okay, and they are here in front of you, MCQ number 38, number 44 and number 43. Okay, so why 3 MCQs? Because in joint costing, if I tell you, there are 3 methods. Okay, I will just make another sheet for you, like an intro sheet for you. Okay, so types of joint costing. I will just give you a brief overview of what we are going to talk about. So number one method for joint costing is called physical output method, right? Number two method is called sales value at split off point method. Okay, and the third method is called net realizable value method. Okay, now see, when I'm saying you joint costing, you need to remember we have done already absorption costing, variable costing, activity based costing and process costing. Okay, so in those methods we said, okay, we have some material, we have some labor, some overhead, and we are making a product, right? What if you have a material and when you will process it, you will have more than one finished goods? Okay, more than one output you get. For example, when you process crude oil, so you will get petrol, you will get diesel, and you will get kerosene oil, and maybe some other uh, chemical gases may arise. So it means that from a single raw material, multiple finished goods are coming. Similarly, when you will process milk, maybe you are processing milk and you will get uh, milk itself, you know, when you will boil the milk, and you may get also yogurt, cream, right? Fresh cream, long life cream, and many other things. From the, butter will come, like that. So, my friends, in this case, we need to know that how much of the cost of material, labor, and overheads we will allocate on these products. So, very simple. If you see that, for example, I am making, I'm processing crude oil and I got petrol and diesel, that's it, assuming, right? So the petrol was like 1000 liters and I got 500 liters of petrol and 500 liters of diesel, right? It means 50-50. So you can say, okay, it's very simple. The cost of the crude oil, 50% you give to petrol and 50% you give to diesel. So this is called physical output method. Getting it? But if you look at it closely, you can argue that, this is unfair. This is unfair. Why? Because, the sales value of petrol will be more as compared to the sales value of diesel. So it means that more share should go to petrol and less share should go to diesel. Getting it? This is called sales value at split off point. What do you mean by split off point? That is the point at which the raw material will split into finished goods. Okay. Now sometimes, you know, the finished goods which will come, actually they are not finished goods. They are partially finished. Like for example, you processed crude oil and you got petrol and diesel. Now this petrol you can further process into a high level petrol, premium quality and low quality petrol, right? So in this case, you are doing some extra effort on that, right? Which is done after the split off point. So in that case, we use NRV method when you further process the partially completed uh, finished good. Okay, getting the story, everyone. So this will be clear when we will do these three MCQs. Plus, we have another question which is an essay question which we will do after completing these three MCQs. Okay, I hope it's clear with everyone. So let's start with the first method with question number 38, right? So this is question number 38 for you, and exam technique. First read the requirement. They say the portion of the company's joint production cost assigned to grade 2 based on physical output. So this is your first method. Always remember, physical output method is the simplest method. Sales value at split off is more sophisticated than physical output, and NRV is the most sophisticated method. Getting it? But it depends on company to company for them which method is preferable. Like for example, the sales value of the finished goods, that is not much different, you know. So in that case, you can use physical output method. But if sales value of the finished goods vary in a to a big extent, you know, there is a difference. So then you should not use physical method. You should go either with the sales value method or NRV if there is further processing. Okay, see, NRV method we will only use when there is further processing involved. Okay, when there is further processing involved and the company is going for it. Okay, sometimes examiner will give you a scenario and they will say, shall we process further or not? Getting it? So we will see that if we sell the product at the split off point, how much profit we make, and if we further process and we sell the product, how much profit we make. So you have to compare your profitability and then you will select whether to process further or not. Getting it? When you will use the sales value at split off point, when the selling price, okay, of the of the finished goods or the whatever it is, partially finished goods, uh, when the selling price of the finished goods vary. Okay, vary means like it's different for one product. Like for example, it is $100 and for the other one it is $60. So this is a difference, you know. And when you will use physical method, when the selling price of the finished goods, right, uh, don't vary. Okay, means like very close they are. For example, maybe one product is for 50 and the other product is for 51, 52. So I mean that's okay. It will be easy for us if we use physical output method. Getting the story, everyone? Anyways, if I ask you which one is the best method, you cannot say like that. So you will say it depends on the company situation, in the company policy. Let's start this question. This is on, as I said, this is on physical output method, as we have already seen from the requirement. They say a petroleum company acquires crude oil and manufactures it into three intermediate products, differing only in grade. Very nice. The products are grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. No beginning and ending inventories. Okay. There were no separable costs and the production and the joint production costs are below. Okay, so they told you crude oil this much, labor this much, overhead this much. If I ask you CC how much, so what you will tell me? Please write in the chat box. CC, what is CC? Labor plus overheads, right? Labor plus overheads. So labor plus overhead, how much? 5 million. Okay. Anyways, then they say, okay, if I ask you how much is my joint cost, what you will tell me? How much is your joint cost? You will say 4 plus 2 plus 3. Getting it? I think it's 9 million, right? How much? 9 million. Okay. So this is the cost which we have to allocate basically. Okay. The November output and sales for each grade are shown below. So they produced, they sold, and price per barrel sold. Okay. Now, see, they told you there is no beginning and ending inventory of finished goods or work in process existed on November 1. November 1. So don't confuse yourself because you can argue with me that the production is 300 and sales are 80. So there is closing inventory, right? Yeah, there is closing, but closing at November 30, not at November 1. Getting the story? Because they say no beginning and ending inventory of finished good or work in process on November 1. So basically, they are talking about the start of the month. There is no opening stock. Anyways, so we have to consider, even if there is opening stock, we don't care because we have to consider the production. Getting the story, my friends? So maybe if the examiner wants to make this question more difficult for you, what he will do, instead of giving the production, he will give you three things. He will give you opening stock, he will give you sales, and he will give you closing stock. So you have to work out production for yourself, which you already studied how to do that in the budgeting area, remember? So you will use the formula sales is equal to opening stock at production less closing stock, and you will find your production by using this formula. Okay, but here production is given to you, so we can directly take it. This question talks about physical output methods, so the price per barrel is irrelevant for us. Similarly, barrels sold are irrelevant for us. Getting the story, everyone? Very nice. Let's see how much will go to grade 2. We need to see how much will go to grade 2, right? So my friends, if I write here the grades, very simple question this one. You can easily do it within 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And production, how much is the production? 300, 240, 120, right? So you have to take total. Why you have to take total? Because we need the ratio, right? How to get the ratio? This divided by this. Okay, if you want, you can fix the formula as well. So like this, right? I hope you know this. And you can convert this in percentage. And the total should be 100%, right? Which is 1. Yeah, 100%. Okay. So my friends, uh, how much will be allocation? JC. JC means joint cost. Joint cost allocation, you will take this figure. Again, you can fix it. You can fix this figure and multiply with the ratio. So like this, your allocations will come. Getting the story, everyone? Total should match with your this thing with your joint cost. Okay. So my friends, the answer to this question, if you remember, they were asking you how much of the joint cost will go to grade 2. So I think this is the answer for grade 2, and the answer is B. B is the correct answer. So I hope it's clear with everyone. So let's start the MCQ number 44. So this MCQ is talking about the second method. Remember how many methods we have? 3. So the first method we have already done in MCQ number 38. Now we are doing the method number 2, which is sales value at split off point. Okay, split off point is also called SOP in shortcut. Okay, so they say if the sales value at split off method is used to allocate joint costs to the final products, the per gallon cost of producing A is very nice. So let's see how we can solve it. The company processes raw material into two joint products, A and B. Okay, see this method you can use. Okay, like this format. I am just copy pasting here, so I can use it uh, here also. So in this question we have two products, right? Not grade. So I am writing here heading products, and I have A and B. Okay, no C. So A and B I have, and then they say the production is 8,000 for A and 2,000 for B. Let me zoom in a little bit so it's clear for you. Okay, I hope it's clear now. Now 8,000 gallons for A and 2,000 gallons for B. Using $20,000 raw material and 30,000 processing cost. What do you mean by processing cost? CC. What is CC? Conversion cost. So if I say my joint cost is how much? My joint cost is 20 plus 30, 50. Getting the story, everyone? Okay. So your joint cost is 50,000. Now they say the price the per gallon selling price, because we are using which method? We are using sales value. So we need to consider the selling price. Okay. So what I will do is, before calculating the ratio, I need to calculate what? I need to calculate two things. First of all, I will write the selling price per unit here. Okay, unit means gallon. And then I will get what? I will get sales value at split off point. You can write like this in shortcut to save your time also. So how much is the selling price for A? It is 90. And how much is the selling price for B? It is 40. Okay, I hope it's clear with everyone. It's 90 and 40. Okay, how to get sales value at split off? You will multiply this with this. Okay. Okay, just to tell you one more thing. If you remember the last question, if they give you on sales value at split off, so will you use production or sales units? I mean to say that in this question also, they told you that we produced 8,000 of A and 2,000 of B. So if they also tell you that, we sold 7,000 of A and 1,000 of B, so you will take sales here or production? So the answer is you will take production, because we are allocating production cost. So we will use production units. Getting it? Don't do this mistake that you take the sales units. No. Okay. So always take production units while you are allocating the joint production cost. Anyways, so let's continue. Now we got our sales value at split off point, right? Okay, some students, they do this mistake. They consider only selling price, they take the ratio from here. No, you will not take the ratio by considering the selling price. You have to take the ratio by considering the sales value. When I'm saying sales value, it means after multiplying the selling price with the production units. Getting the story, everyone? So how much is my total sales value? It is 800,000, right? Now I will take the ratio. So this divided by this, you can fix it like this and this. Okay, my friends, and your total should be 100%. Easy, difficult? Very easy, right? This topic is very easy. So if I need to know the allocation now, what I will do is I will say, okay, this is the percentage and how much is the cost? This is the cost. I can fix the cost, and this also you can do like this. Total should match. See, these two should match, right? 50,000, 50,000. So what they are asking, remember, they are not asking total. They are asking per gallon cost of A. So if I need the per gallon cost now, per unit cost of A, what I will do is I will take this divided by the gallons. Getting the story, everyone? And if they are asking you for B, the answer will be 2.5. But here they are asking for A, so the answer is 5.63 and the answer is A. Correct answer is A. Okay, my friends. So this is the solution for question number 44 when we are doing sales value at split off point. So this is, you can remember this format. So my friends, moving on, we are going to MCQ number 43, which is on the third method. What is our third method? Remember, the third method is NRV method. Okay. So whenever there is further processing involved, and the company is going for it, I mean the company wants to further process, so we will use this method, NRV method. Okay. Now they say you, if the NRV method were used to allocate the cost to the joint products, the total cost of producing joint would be joint. So this is a product, joint. Let's see. So they say the company processes D into two joint products, big and mini. Huh? Okay. So let me copy that again, this thing. So they are saying you big and mini now. So product is big and mini, right? Okay. Let me remove these. So they are saying you the total cost, right? So I don't need per unit also. Okay, let's see. Even I don't need this one. Okay, so big and mini, yeah. So they say that what is the raw material? It is do. Okay, is purchased in 1,000-gallon drums for $2,000. Processing costs are $3,000. So can I ask you if you can tell me how much is my joint cost? It is 2,000 plus 3,000, right? So total 5,000 is my joint cost. Okay. So these 1,000 gallons of the raw material do we process into 800 gallons of big. So I'm writing here 800 and 200 gallons of mini. So total is 1,000. It means there is no loss. If you see, there is no loss, right, everyone? Because there was 1,000 gallon of the raw material and 1,000 gallons of the finished goods. Very nice. The selling price, how much? 9 for big and 4 for mini. Okay. Big can be, see, this is the important point here. Big can be processed further. Big can be processed further into 600 gallons of giant if 1,000 of additional processing costs are incurred. So what I will do is I will just copy this here and I will paste here. Okay. Now see, this is the updated version. Instead of big, what I am doing? I am creating giant. So I removed the big and I put, instead of big, I put giant. The production was 800. Now it is how much? 600. The selling price was 9 and now it is how much? 17. Getting the story, everyone? So they say if the NRV method is used, the total cost of producing giant would be how much? Okay, so very nice, my friends. So now tell me one thing, that how much will be my allocation? How much will be my allocation for this? So my friends, if you see here, we are using which method? First of all, you need to remember what is the method? NRV method. When I'm saying NRV, which is net realizable value. What is the formula to calculate net realizable value? You will say sales, okay, uh, sales value, okay, minus further processing cost. Getting it? So some of you may have already done the same thing which we did before. Remember here what we did? You calculate sales value at split off. What is split off? Split off point is before further processing. Getting it? So if you do the same thing, basically you are not using the NRV method, you are using the sales value at split off method. So how to use the NRV method? First of all, you will calculate the sales value at split off point. Same, like we did before, because we need sales value, right? So if I need sales value at split off point, what I will do is I will multiply this with this, right or not? Very nice. Okay, it means my sales value at split off point is 11,000. But as you can see above, the formula is telling you that you need to deduct. I mean, the ratio I will not calculate based on this. The ratio I will calculate based on NRV. And how to get this NRV? I need to deduct further processing cost. FPC I am writing here for you in shortcut. Okay. So you can remember this. FPC. Okay. So further processing cost is for which product? Remember, here nothing, 0. But for Giant there is 1000 additional processing cost. To get the NRV, what I will do? Sales minus further processing cost. So NRV of Giant is how much? 9200, and NRV of Mini is 800, same as sales value, because there is no further processing cost. Right, everyone? So basically you got to know that your NRV is how much? 10,000. How much is your NRV? 10,000. Okay, everyone? See, this is the process. First of all, you need to understand this thing. This is the method number 1. So in method number 1, if you are doing method number 1, you take the ratio based on production. If you are doing method number 2, which is sales value at split off point, you use this data, which we used in the previous question, to take the ratio. If you are using method number 3, this is the next step for you. So you will go till NRV and then you calculate the ratio. I hope it's clear with everyone. Again, I'm writing just for your comfort here. Method 1, method 2, method 3. So remember, it means till where you will work. This is format you will use, but till where you will work. If you are using method 1, you will not write all these things. Okay, you will not write all these things here, and you will just write directly this ratio here, because I need the ratio based on this data, right? If you are using method number 2, you will not write these things, and you will write this ratio here, because I am using sales value at split off. If you are using method 3, you have to work through till NRV and then you will take the ratio. Got it, everyone? I mean, so format is same, but you can use it, to solve your all the 3 methods, right? So I hope it's clear with you. So like process costing, if you remember, I told you there is a format. So here also we have this format. Let's take the ratio because we are using method 3 now. So this divided by this. Let's fix it and fix it. In total we have 100%. How much is the joint cost allocation for joint? Joint cost is how much? We can fix it again and multiply by the percentage. Total should match with the joint cost. See, 5,000, 5,000. It means total joint cost has been allocated. Now see, again read the requirement. They say if the NRV method were used to allocate the cost to the joint product, the total cost of producing joint would be total cost. So please write in the chat box, what do you think is the answer? Is it 4,600? It means D. So my friends, if you people are saying option D, you have done a big mistake, because they are not asking you how much is the joint cost allocation for joint. They are asking the total cost of producing joint how much. Okay. So what I will say here, for example, for joint, how much is the joint cost allocation? That is 4,600. How much is the incremental cost, further processing cost? That is also to produce joint or not? So this is your total cost. Okay, so this is the way to do this question, and the answer is not 4,600. The answer is 5,600, which is option A. Getting the story, my friends? The answer is option A. A is the answer. Okay, I hope it's clear with everyone. If examiner is asking you if the NRV method were used, how much is the joint cost allocated to joint? Then you can say 4,600. Okay, but if he is asking how much is the total cost, so you have to consider the further processing cost also. So these are the 3 MCQs which are explaining you how to solve all the 3 different types of methods in joint costing. I hope it's clear with everyone. So see you in the next video with an essay question on joint costing.